Tim already got a slip from Toussaint.
Huh?
Toussaint give Tim the slipstream.
Oh, that's teamwork, isn't it? Right. Have we started the stream started? I don't know. Wait for the thingy to pop up.
I always forget to get the telemetry up.
We are live.
Chris and Atom has the same time.
Oh my god, they actually do. Well, that's a good way to start the stream. Hello everyone. Welcome to the Super League here in Gavra Racing. We are back. And as Dutchy just told you, we have Chris and Atom both at the same time. Which is actually quite weird to say. Chris must have had like the milliseconds, must have been slightly faster than Tim, which is why he's ahead of him. But
no, the rule is the one that put the time in first gets that first time. And like Tim, it's the second driver that put in that time, so it will be second.
Fair enough. But yeah, welcome everyone to the chat. Welcome to the stream, welcome to the Super League. A slight little change, and I believe there is one penalty I think we have. But a slight little change. After the AI and lobby issues we had last week, there was a lot of complaints about people complaining about people lagging all over the place and stuff like that. So we have done this as a test to see how it fares. May also try it in Baku as well, because you know what Baku's like. If there's an AI car in the middle of the track, then it's just going to be hell. But I've turned ghosting on. The collisions are still on, so we still will have the battles, but if there is an AI car, if there's a lapped car or something like that, there will be ghosting. Which is how it is going to work today. In terms of penalties, Dutch, I think it's only the one today. It's Rick Holt, isn't it, I believe?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, Rick Holt with an
just a small one.
Yeah, just an LLP1. So Rick Holt can't win the race today, but can come anywhere from second downwards. I mean, if he does finish in first, he will be deducted one place. And also has one license point on him. Toussaint on the lap has invalidated. Have a look at Aston here in the Haas. Had himself a good race last week out in Zandvoort, and might as well just quickly see if I can pull up the championship standings as well. As Dutchy, what is your opinions on this track? You have strong opinions on things.
Well, I can't say my fair things about it because it's not allowed. I don't like this track, especially for people that drive in cockpit. The first corner is totally blind. So yeah, that one is just
I can imagine it was. I mean, with the rain that we had yesterday in the Premier, along with how dark it was, you could not see the apex of the first corner. It was completely blind going into it.
Also, those little poles, they get driven off, so you don't see the corner anymore.
Yeah. Let me have a look at the standings here. So it is Chris X Stars leading the way by 5 points over Z-Tech Orioles, with Beza 3 points behind him in third, so it's quite close at the moment, Dutchy, in terms of the championship. Then it's Rick Holt in fourth, that's 10 points behind. Then Tim and Piero both on 21 points. Then Toussaint follows with 19. Then it's Mares in eighth with 18 points. Jutz Kevin in ninth with 12 points. I believe he's carrying over. I believe he's carrying over the other person's points. And then Jax in 10th with 10 points, and then everybody else behind follows. But Chris X Stars, Dutchy, on the top again. It seems like a contender to win this championship this season.
Yeah, you never know, because we're not even halfway there, do we?
No, I mean, we're not 4 races in. Remember, next week, make sure you tune in. All the other leagues will be on a break week, apart from the wonderful Super League, who will be around I was going to use the word wonderful, but I'll say tricky Baku. but you know, the longest straight on the calendar. But yeah, let's see what Baku will hold for these Super League drivers. It's going to be an interesting one. But CTEC Orio's third, so he's trying to get his way as close as he can to Critic Stars. 5 points behind him, as I said just before.
Wrigley Styles coming last corner.
As he comes up to the line, let's see what he does. As he's going to come across the line, will he improve? He does, by 4/10 and goes pole. I think, Dutchy, we may see some 27 times here. 127s, do you reckon?
If you had a good slipstream.
Yeah, I have to say.
No mistakes, of course.
Of course, but we saw Toussaint and Atim doing a little bit of slipstreaming. Definitely vital for a good quality on this track. Rick Holt here is invalidated. He's got his normal shadow behind him, his teammate. Looks like they were possibly a little bit slipstreaming.
Classic Stars, 27s. There you go.
There we go. That's the first 27 time of the session. A 27.7 for Critic Stars puts himself back onto pole position. And that just shows how quick the Super League is. As into the 27s. As Atim... Oh, I was going to say Atim, according to the Delta time, was 7/10 up, but has invalidated. So I don't understand how that is working. But
I hope he does.
Here he goes.
Great, he's coming.
He's going to start his lap now. As he comes through the first few corners. As I said, these first few corners, blind, and he just loses the car on the curb. And that is definitely a place, Dutchy, where you'll lose the car on this track.
Yeah, because there's a dirty bump and that curb on the right. Then you're going downhill, so yeah. A bit off camber as well. If you go downhill.
Yeah, it is. It's sort of banked in the sort of the opposite direction, so it's quite difficult to get that one right. I wouldn't say, Dutchy, though, there's not many too sort of heavy traction zones on this track, because I found you could put your the on-throttle transmission up a little bit more, because the traction zones aren't too bad on this track out of the corners. But that corner there, as we saw Tim say, definitely is a place where you will lose the car. As Toussaint on the lap through the final sector, probably the most hated part of this entire track. As he's coming through now with this long left-hander down into the final corner here. Going to try and stay off the curb, just hook it as close as he can. And out of the final corner, this could be a good time for him as he comes to the line. He's going to be in the 28. It's a 28.7 for Toussaint. Puts himself in
place.
Eighth position. Oh, Pearson Jacks. He's finally changed his name. He's changed his name back. Pearson Jacks has put himself in second place with a 27.9. I didn't even realise he changed his name. I know he said he was gonna. I didn't even realise he'd done so. But 2/10 off of Critic Stars. Beds are a 10th off of Jacks there. Wiggly Star closely behind as well. It's pretty close at the top so far.
What I know is people really cutting corners to get a maximum time out of this quali. Piero on a lap.
Let's have a ride on board with him. Where is he? He's all the way to fourth. As he's come through the first few sectors.
This is home track, so
I was just about to say that it's a home track for him.
He invalidated it.
Has done.
Unfortunately.
I wonder if he likes this track.
No idea.
But yeah, home track for Piero. I believe it's our only French driver in the Super League. But yeah, definitely a track they'll be wanting to get a good result on. So just seeing who else is on a lap here. Axton on a lap. Rick Holt, keep an eye on him, Dutchy, the Dutchman, who has got the penalty, but he has gone purple through Sector 1. So he's on for a good time here. He's on to the second DRS straight, down the huge back straight here, into the hairpin, which breaks the two straights up, stopping it from being over the limit of what the FIA rules are. As he comes into Sector 2, and that is purple in Sector 2, Dutchy. This could be a really good time here for Rick Holt.
Yeah, but he is 1.5 seconds off the pole, so
So why is the game telling me purple in first and second sectors then?
I don't want to say it, but yeah.
Oh!
Codemasters.
Oh! He got on the curb on the inside. Just lost the car. He didn't invalidate, luckily enough. I thought he would have invalidated it since he went over the curb, but that would have lost him some time. Let's see where he can go as he comes up to the line. Definitely it's going to improve on his 29.2. But what would it be for Rick Hall? 6th, 7th. Look, Dutchy, look how close it is between... look how close it is between Rick Hall all the way to first place. It is very, very close. Especially him, Rick Hall, on... in the same 10th as Piero Wiggly-Style and himself there, and Jutskev only a 10th ahead.
The top 11 drivers are within a second. I don't know if it's a good plan to be in first place to come off the start because of the long straights and the slipstream.
Definitely, but
the chicane.
Yeah, it looks like Chris Stars can't improve. Zitek Orio's 200s behind him, sorry, can't improve. Jax is going to go on to a lap. Beza will also be coming around to start his lap as well. I'm just trying to see who is on a lap at the moment. Jojo Power's invalidated. Dan Schneider's invalidated. Dan Schneider will try and get to the line as quickly as he can, but I don't know if he should be able to make it, actually. He's going to cut all the corners, which you can do on this track, Dutchy, because luckily it's just tarmac everywhere. So you can just cut straight across the corners. I think Jetsy just completed the time. He's moved up into 12th place. A 28.9 for him. Geek Fusion not being able to improve. He sticks with a 28.4. Toussaint on an out lap. He's coming through the final sector, so he should be able to start another lap. Atom is starting his lap, just going into the first sector. Is anybody on a lap coming to the line? Just trying to see. It could be Natty, I think. No, he's just started his first sector. There's a lot of traffic here in the middle sector. As Natty has managed to just go past. It's very, very close here, though, Dutchy, in the Super League.
We're getting Jax in the last sector, so he will be the first across the line.
It will be, yeah. Let's have a look here as Jack's coming around the penultimate corner here, this long left-hander. Easy to lock up into this final corner. You've got to shift the car over, then swing it back in on the right to take it down to the line. What will its Jax do? In goes Paul for Jax. Paul for Pearson Jax. He puts himself at 27.4. 3/10 out of Chris X Stars. That's a stormer of a lap from him. Who's going to be next to come across the line? I think it's an Alfa Romeo. It is Atom. No, Atom's invalidated. Who is behind him now? It's a Haas. I believe that's Natty.
Aston.
Yeah, it's going to be Natty, the
Natty, yeah.
previous Premier Series champion, as he's going to come to the line. This could be a very nice lap from Natty. 28.7. Puts himself ahead of Toussaint, a fellow podcast member. Puts him 800ths ahead of Toussaint. Let's see what Toussaint can do now as he is coming around the final few corners here. Can he improve on his time? As he comes round the final corner, make sure he's not invalidating there. As he's going to come up to the line. As Aston improved, Toussaint not able to improve, stays 13th. Is anybody else going to improve? Norma Shadow improves, goes 14th. Can Dan Schneider improve? He's 3/10 up, Dutchy, according to the sector split. As he comes round the final corner. Yeah, I'll put him a little bit wide there. As he'll open up the DRS to the line. See what he's able to do. And he does have 28.4. I didn't see where that put him there because the screen just bit.
6 or 7 maybe?
10th, I think. No, it was 10th. Yeah, 10th, I think that was. But what a storm of a lap from Pearson Jax there, Dutchy. That was a huge lap.
I think he has many hours on this track.
Must have been practicing a lot, but yeah, it is Pearson Jax on a pole position. Then it's Chris Stars in second, Zitek Orio's third, Bez of fourth, Wiggly Style in fifth, Jutsi Kevin sixth, Pierre in seventh, Rick Hall in eighth, Atom in ninth, Dan Schneider in 10th, Geek Fusion in 11th, Aston in 12th, Natty in 13th, Toussaint in 14th, Norma Shadow in 15th, Jetsi in 16th, Mares in 17th, Jojo Power in 18th, Pope in 19th, and Nabil Sick at the back in 20th place. As Nabil Sig, did he have a connection problem there? Is that why he couldn't join back?
We will find out at the start. If he's still there.
I don't know whether he's in the lobby or not, but should be. I didn't see him leave unless I missed it.
Yeah, neither did I. On the entry list on the right side, he's still there, so...
Just waiting for everyone to ready up. Let's see what people are saying in the chat. There's 22 people in the chat. Welcome, Wolfie's here. Oh, hello, Wolfie. Says hi, Tiger and Play Dutchie.
Hello there. I haven't logged the chat yet.
Nabil 6 says you have what he did to me, Pope. Apparently, I think Pope did something to Nabil. His English wasn't great there. Cass Tangle says he's predicting.
No,
Go on, what is it?
Not Castangle.
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 Yeah, last week you said it right.
Castangle. So. Right, okay. Castangle says he's predicting a crash at the start. We've got Lintry Vegas says, evening guys. Just Kevin in the chat as well, welcome. Cryptex says, hopefully 2 Cent has a good lap 1. Hopefully he does. Urban Fire in the chat, welcome. Black Country says, hello evening, Tiger and Dutchie. Hello, Black Country.
Good evening, boys.
Good evening. Yeah, Dutchie, a bit of an interesting one, this track, because the predicted strategy is a medium to hard or hard to medium. However, if there is a safety car, or if you can do such good tyre management, a soft to hard is possible. It is possible. But it requires a bit of tyre management. But it is feasibly possible.
I'm afraid that you will lose too much time in the first and third sector. Because that's the technical section.
Yeah, you possibly might do, but I managed to make it. I did the hard to soft yesterday, but we did have 2 safety cars, which helped out massively because I managed to save the softs on the opening few laps and then save the hards. Well, pit for the softs, sorry. No, I saved the hards on the opening few laps and then pit for the softs at the end. But there we go. So, according to the game, the soft tyre says soft, medium. But as we all know, some people may chance a soft to hard. Some people might do the soft, medium, or maybe they're just going to be banking on a safety car. But you can't always just, expect a safety car to happen. As everyone going to line up here, Dutchie, and we're going to get ready to start around France here. Let's see how it is into turn 1. Yep, here we go, and the lights are going to count down, and of course the drivers won't be ready. Because, that's how this game works. It is, it's how this game works. It's abysmal. There we go. So, everyone seems to be ghosted, which is weird. Yeah, they're revving up. There we go. Now everyone on ghosted. There we go. The lights are on. The way we go. That's a
start.
Really good start from Chris X Stars. Jax has had an awful start. Z-Tech Oreos is going to try and go down the inside of him. As Bez getting a brilliant start as well. He's going to try and go down the inside. Oh, the teammates have touched, Dutchie. The 2 Renaults have touched. We look towards the back of the grid here. There's a Haas running wide. And it seems to be mostly clean off of the start of this race. As it's going to go wheel to wheel here, through quite a lot of the drivers down into the first few corners here. I believe that's Natty on the inside of Dan Schneider. Jojo Power going to go down the inside of the racing point of Mares. As he's going to hold it on the outside here. But that was a flyer of a start from Chris X Stars. And Jack's got an awful start there, Dutchie, off the line.
Yeah, a real bad start.
Oh, Z-Tech Orioles getting the move done on Beza. Back up into second place. These 2 battling for the championship at the moment. Our top 2 contenders in the championship both going for it. And Toussaint and Nabil. Toussaint's had a pretty bad start to this race. No damage for him though, but he's not had a great start off the line. As he's got Norma Shadow behind him. As It's pretty close at the back of the grid at the moment. As let's see what's going to happen here. I think that's Mares possibly looking for the move. He's going to go down the inside of Dan Schneider, down into the long left hand. I believe that's what, turn 11, I think that is. Towards up into turn 12. As Jax and Bez having a little bit of a battle here. As Jax going to try and go down the inside of Bezza as best he can, but can't make that move work, as he might try into the final corner. Definitely is a difficult braking zone to go for it there. Chris Stars Dutchy, already a 1.3 second gap open to Z-Tech Oreos. This man's flying today.
I tried to look at it, but I can't see. I've got a terrible camera angle.
It will give you some of those sometimes. As it looks like Dutchy at the moment, everyone has got off unscathed on these opening few laps. Unless anyone towards the back. No, Dutchy, it looks like no one got any damage, and that is great for us, because it means there's good, at the moment there's going to be no stewarding needed.
I just lap one past.
I know, but you never know. That's where all the collisions most likely happen, is on lap one. Usually this can't. Okay, sorry.
Hold your mouth.
Yeah, Kavchenko, just Kev isn't driving the rest of the season. I believe this maybe is actually possibly his final race, because he hopped back in for a few races, but unfortunately he'll have to go away again after he said he was leaving, and then he didn't, then he came back, then he's going again. Hi, just Kev. Here comes Jax. Dutchy, he's going to go to the inside here into turn 11. Definitely a good overtaking spot to go for. He's got himself back up into third. And it's going to try and recover this race down, but Z-Tech Oreos isn't letting Chris Stars go. It is still keeping that 1.2 gap, but isn't close enough yet. It's going to need to get a little bit closer if he wants to get within that DRS range.
Let's see who preserves the tyres best. Chris Stars,
Let's have a
Z-Tech,
look.
or Jax. Maybe Baz as well.
See what they're able to do, as
gaps are closed. It's nice to see. It's like
it is. Everyone's so close together. It's quite satisfying, actually. Knowing that my prelim race times, all my calculations were correct, and it all went well. Everyone's sort of in the same league group here, which is just lovely to see. It's amazing.
It's telling me Neville Sick is.
I think he has, yeah, he's lagged out because he's ghosted. And there's my beautiful ghosting coming into play, Dutchy, because now everyone's just been able to drive past his AI car.
Yeah, but it's shown last place, but he's somewhere between 15, 16.
He definitely is in last place, and there's big contact between Dan Schneider and Jojo Power there, and here comes Pope looking for a move now. Pope Tabis, he's going to go wheel to wheel with... yeah, he's saying Nabil 6 is in 15th place. He was at last at one point.
No, he's driving on the screen. There's no X behind us.
I don't even know what's happening, to be honest. But
and he still has the pace on other cars, so he's driving. The AI is not that quick.
He's lagging all over the place, is what is happening.
Yeah,
but
it's a 15th place plus one lap. Broken game. Great.
I believe he's having a little bit of a battle with... yeah, it does say he's in 15th place, and it says he's lapped down, so I don't understand this.
Joe asks what happened with Toussaint.
I don't know what happened to Toussaint, to be honest. I don't know. He has no damage. Must have just got caught up in something in turn 1. But I didn't quite see what had happened.
Maybe the hard tyres don't have the pace, or he just was too careful.
Maybe he's just not quick on those hard tyres. Maybe there's something to do with the setup, but just needs to stick with it though, Dutchy, because if he can get to a point where he's gonna be able to go a lot longer into this race than those guys. Yeah,
1000 Chikav long straight.
Oh, here comes Jax down the inside of Z-Tech Oreos, and he gets the move done up into second. Jax with the comeback here. He's making his positions back off of that start there.
And now they have to do the smart game, just catch up to Chris.
Yeah, he's gonna have to. Well, these two need to work together though, because they can't start battling and letting Chris Stars get away. They need to try and work together as best they can, and try and get involved with Chris Stars. But I think the issue is, Dutchy, is since those guys on the backs are on hard tyres, since the grid is so closely contested, they've dropped back because they're on those hard compounds. But in hindsight, if you look at it, they're actually still quite close to the grid because the gaps aren't even that big. So the position that Toussaint's in at the moment, he's not even in a bad position because he's on the better strategy if he does a hard to soft or a hard to medium, because he's going to be getting the slower compound out the way on the heavier fuel, and then he's going to be on the faster compound with the lighter fuel. So he's still in a good position.
He's already almost 13 seconds behind the leader, so that's big.
That is a little bit big, actually. It's just the gaps on the screen that just don't look as big, and especially on the map as well, it doesn't look as big. But Chris X Stars has pulled out a lead at the moment. F1 Lover says, hello people, what did I miss? Not much, to be honest. It was a clean start. It was a really clean start, though. That's what we like to see, and a lovely clean start from the Super League. There's been some battles. Jack's got a pretty awful start, but he's managed to get his way back up into second, and is currently trying to chase down Chris X Stars. As here comes Pope and Jojo Power now trying to go wheel to wheel here. As Nabil Sick trying to get involved as well. He is a little bit ghosted there, so I don't know if he's lagged out again or whether that's just the ghosting coming into play. As Jojo Power run a little bit wide there. Is Pope going to try and go down the inside now? He's going to hold it on the outside. Need to be careful there. Very, very clean between the two of them. Oh, and I just said that, and they've Pope spun him out. As I don't know, what did you see there, Dutchy?
I didn't see nothing because I was on Tim.
I think Jojo might be to blame there, as just started spinning the rear of the racing point. Now it could just be a racing incident because they're obviously going wheel to wheel through that corner, but it did look like Jojo had spun him out there. He might have to pick up a
we missed out that Wrigley Styles past Baza.
Oh yeah, he has.
Up to fourth place.
Wrigley Style up into fourth. Looks like Atim and Piero quite close to each other behind Jutsi Kev.
Yeah.
So at the moment, Dutchy, the problem is
Rick
it's just a DRS train. Yeah, here comes Mares on Rick Holt. He's going to try and possibly look to the outside. Inside, Willie Mares. He needed to be close. Yeah, you need to be careful there because Mares tried to stick a nose in, and someone's lost it. Jutsi Kev's lost it. And unfortunately for Jutsi Kev, he's dropped so far down the field now. He's managed to rejoin on the track in a bit of a treacherous area there because Norma Shadow is right behind him. But here goes Atim and Beza, as Atim looks like he got the move done down in turn 11. As looks like Norma Shadow's got past it, and Z-Tech Oreos and Jack's now going wheel to wheel. Z-Tech Oreos on the inside and does indeed get the move done, and it's up into second position here. And this, Dutch, is just allowing Chris X Stars to get away.
Yeah, they was 1.5 seconds behind the leader, now 2.3 almost. And they have to stop doing this and just catch up Chris.
Oh, is Piero going to try and go to the outside of Beza, I think that was, and got the move done, and Jutskev's coming to the pits. And Gavra made a good point there, Dutchy. Mares and Rick Holt having a battle, two previous Academy League champions having a little bit of a battle here.
Was struggling, as you can see, Beza. But his teammate is in second place, so.
Yeah, Z-Tech Oreo's doing well, as there's apparently a yellow flag in the final sector, but don't know what that was. And here goes Mares on Beza. Beza is really struggling here, isn't he, Dutchy? Because the racing point's now gone past him now. Beza might try and look for the move back, but just not able to get close enough to Mares. Do you reckon it's maybe just a setup with those softs, or he maybe got a wrong setup on, or do you reckon he might just be struggling on those tyres?
That could be.
Gavra thinks his tyres are gone. The graining just look quite bad, actually. I was going to say the graining on them doesn't look too bad, but you can see quite a big difference on his tyres between the left-hand side. That's a big snap of oversteer from him because Rick Holt is right on the back of him now. He's got Geek Fusion behind him as well. As Rick Holt be trying to look for moves, and Chris X Stars comes into the pit. So does Jax. Jax follows him in. Zitogoro stays out for another lap. Could possibly try the softer hard, Dutchy. What will Chris and Jax is going to do it hard. possibly might be taking us to the end, Dutchy. It's going to be close if he does.
That's some information. Yellow sector 2. There's no one there.
Yeah, I know. I don't know why that is. That's weird. So Chris X Stars, Dan Schneider, and Jax have all gone for the hards, Dutchy. I believe that could be a one-stop. Does everyone see your message? I do see your message. Oh, yeah. X5 says softer can go 5 to 10 laps, mediums go 9 to 16, hards can definitely not go 23 laps, X5, trust me. I could only do 21 laps in a practice session.
Well, I had a source that Tim did like 21, 22 laps on the hards.
I could get them to 21, definitely not 23. The softs 10 laps are, I think, 8 laps maximum I think you could get from the soft tyres. I think those guys who have stayed out an extra lap definitely are going to go for the hards. The guys on the mediums I think will also probably most likely go for the hards. I don't think a softer medium is on the edge of impossible.
And then they have to pit in around 11, 12.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, it'll be around about that. I think it is.
Shita Orioles jumps in the pit.
I think I remember that from yesterday.
As well,
I don't understand. It's Nabil 6 AI, right? But it says he's in 20th place, but he's actually in 12.
Yeah, he's driving.
Oh, he's made contact, but his car's like ghosting on our screen. Oh, no, it isn't. That's really weird. As a bunch of people come into the pits, GC Tecorio's weekly style at him, Rick Holt. Apparently it's yellow flags in the final sector. It could possibly be this AI car, you know, that not the AI car, just Nabil Sik and his connection possibly just messing up the sectors a little bit. But more importantly, Jax.
Yes, up to a second.
Yeah, Jax has closed that gap to Chris X Stars, but more importantly, he's opened up over a 2-second gap to Z-Tech Oreos. So the undercut proving to be very, very powerful on this track, it seems like.
Now we're going to see who can handle the hard tyres.
Toussaint and Norma Shadow having a little bit of a battle here. As Norma Shadow gets past. As Toussaint getting involved with Nabil Sik, but luckily the lovely ghosting has made that nice and easy. I think the ghosting's working at the moment. I don't know if you agree. Seems to be working all right.
Yeah, but it looks strange because he's there, but also the game thinks he isn't.
Yeah, it does. But I think we've got a spinner. Bezza's off the track. We had a spinner there. He's got a puncture, Dutchy. He's got a puncture.
Do your thing. Say it 15
puncture,
times.
Puncture! No, but he's done it first, so it wasn't like, Piero comes into the pits. So he has a puncture. That's why he fell so far behind. 8 laps definitely was a big push on those softs.
I don't get it. Why he stays out if he's already struggling and see people just coming into the pits. Nabil Sik is also struggling. He's in a fight with Toussaint.
I think he is at the moment, yeah. He's having a little battle with Toussaint. I'm having a look here at Jackson Pope. Now Jack's going to pass Pope up into 10th position. And the game just keeps on giving me yellow flags in that area of the track. And I don't know why. Just ignore it, unless it actually is something. Yeah, only 8 laps and a puncture. You've got to remember, though, F1 lover, these guys will do also a flying lap on those soft tyres. So technically, it is actually... he technically did about 8.5 laps on those soft tyres for Bezza. So that's a technicality. Bezza has left the session.
Bezza left. Yeah.
No, he's got wing damage. He's got big wing damage. I think that's why he's left.
Yeah, never give up. Never.
I know, because
look at Toussaint last week. He didn't give up and he got podium.
I know he did, didn't he? Well, he span at the back, didn't he? Went for like 7 seconds down. And then got himself a podium. So that's why, guys, never quit. Never quit. Because it always gets something, especially if you're in GT Sport, Dutchy. Because in GT Sport, you get points for every position.
True. Also remember what happened to me at Alsace. With it, yeah.
I mean, you got the jump start, didn't you? And then you had the damage. And then
twice.
Here comes Toussaint, possibly looking to the outside of Norma's shadow there. Now I can't tell whether Nabil 6 actually is in this position or not. Like, I honestly can't tell. Like, it's really weird.
There's nothing on his name. No position, there's no
No, it says it's a lap down, so I
disconnected.
don't understand whether he actually finished in that position or not.
No idea.
But he needs to fix his internet, because it's screwing everything up.
That's crazy where he is. Why do people say IA instead of AI? Just saying on normal shadow. Closest battle on track. He's going for it. Yeah, he's got it. Oh, almost switched back, but he still holds the position.
Yeah, it's a good battle between these two. Both on the 10-lap-old hards, as it looks like Jack's trying to get past Jojo Power. And Dutchy still keeping with Chris X Stars. Did he get a big touch of oversteer there? So that's dropped him a couple of tenths. But it's keeping within a second of the Williams. And while they're battling through this traffic, this would be a good time to attack. As Jojo Power comes in off of those mediums and probably going to go for a set of hards. Most likely, yeah. Set of hards for Jojo Power. As Norma Shadow and Toussaint having a big battle here. Toussaint managed to get past him. As, did Nabil Sick crash? Oh, he is. He's in the wall.
I didn't
That's
see
really
it.
weird. That's completely broken. These
It just
guys,
stays there,
yeah,
no?
these guys haven't got damage though. So it's. Oh, that's a big drift from Norma Shadow there.
Oh, he's reversing now, so. Level 6 left session? Or retires? I don't know.
I don't know what he's done.
In Dutch it's strange because it's telling me in Dutch that he left the session, even if you crash or you really leave the lobby. So
I don't know, but he's definitely is AI at the back now, Gavra. If you're wondering, Gavra, I honestly couldn't tell whether he was AI or not. That's the thing. I couldn't tell, but
oh, Jackson Chris, close.
Jackson Chris, here we go. This is the battle for the net lead of the race, technically, Dutchies.
Yes.
Mares into the pits for a set of the mediums. No, for office set of mediums. Geek, I think someone else came in as well. Natty comes in the Haas. Geek Fusion stays out. Let's have a look at this battle here. I think Aston's had a really bad exit, and Chris got a really good exit. And Jax now needs to get past.
Between.
Yeah, Jax needs to get past Aston into turn 1 if he wants to keep with Chris X Stars. He doesn't. No, he can't go for it there. Can't go for it at the moment. Chris X Stars, this could be the opening for him. Jax needs to get past Aston as quickly as he can. And he might try it there, down into turn 3, but isn't going to go for it there. As he just picked up a 3-second time penalty as well, which that is definitely not going to help his cause for the win of this race.
Oh, no!
And he's spun as well.
Why? Just keep your cool. I know his frustration about a slower car in front, but dangerous comeback on the track.
I think, though, the ghosting actually helped there because he spun out in the middle of the track and then some car went flying straight through the middle of him. But that was a little bit dangerous back onto the track. But I'm having a look at this battle here, Dutchy, between Atim and Pope. They're going to go wheel to wheel through the high-speed turn 10. We've seen a couple of people do it this season, but actually not. Atim gets the move done before the corner, up into 9th position, and he's now got Wiggly Style to contend with ahead of him. As
Pope is on all the tires, don't forget. Best to get into the pit now for the hards.
Yeah, Nabil Sick.
He does.
Nabil Sick. I don't think you can really blame them, pal, because you were lagging all over the place, mate. And on our screen, you were actually ghosted. So you just need to get your internet sorted, pal. That's literally it. And then we might have not to have had the ghosting on, but It's a bit of a battle happening up front here, as he said, Geek Fusion came in for the hards, Dutchy, but we've got everyone else here on the hard, like the 13-lap-old hards, battling up front, but Chris X Star's getting involved in them as well. And this could be a time for Jax to catch up, but he's too far behind. This could be a chance for Z-Tech Oreos to get involved, actually. Remember, he was the next closest to next closest to Chris X Star. Sorry, I was just reading the chat there. Next closest to Chris X Star, so they try and get involved in him. But Chris, oh, he got a really slidey there on that car. A lot of people having a few traction issues.
Yeah, they're too greedy.
So Toussaint actually pulling out a little bit of a gap to Norma Shadow. If he keeps his pace touchy on these hards, if he can take them 20 laps, if you can take them 21 laps, you can go for hard to soft, but it's going to be very difficult for him. He's really got to keep those tyres nice and sort of nurtured, keep them lovely. I don't even know what words I'm saying anymore. Keep the tyre wear down, that's it. There we go. As it now, Norma Shadow comes in, Dutchy, for a set of mediums. Oh, and a wing change. He's coming for a wing change. That's interesting.
Maybe it happened in a battle with Toussaint.
Maybe it could have come from Nabil, possibly. I'm not sure. He got Z-Tech Oreos down the inside of Aston. Did pick up a 3-second penalty, but has got the move done. And Chris X Star's going to pass Jetsy. Now Chris X Star's has got to gain down on the man who is leading, but still has to make a pit stop. As at him getting past Wiggly Star. Wiggly Star's in trouble here because here comes Mahrez as well. He's going to take to the outside here, and he's going to look for the move. And indeed, he does get the move done. Mahrez up into 7th position. Is Geek Fusion going to go round the outside of Jutsikev? Jutsikev had his spin before, that's why he's so far down the grid, but Geek Fusion get past him into 12th position. As Chris X Star's now surely gaining on Toussaint for the lead of this race, Dutchy.
Yeah, because the traffic for Chris is struggling more than Z-Tech Oreos.
I think it is a little bit. Z-Tech Oreos is right behind Jetsy. Oh, Jetsy's gone very wide there. Did he intend to go that wide? I think he did intend to go that wide. Toussaint stays out, but Chris X Star's getting him on the exit with those a lot fresher tyres. Now Z-Tech Oreos needs a clean overtake, Dutchy. Try and use Toussaint's DRS to just get a little bit closer to Chris. He can't let Chris get away here.
I also think Toussaint going to the smart game. Just let him pass and just stay close to the other guys.
Definitely. Toussaint is a smart driver, so I think he's not going to be the one to try and battle with these front runners. I think to save him, stop him from losing so much time and to stop them from losing so much time, he's just going to let Z-Tech Oreos pass easily. I don't think there'll be any battles involved. I've got a lovely helicopter angle here of this battle, but here he goes now to the inside here. Z-Tech Oreos, this should be a pretty self-explanatory overtake for him, as indeed he does. And of course, as we said, Toussaint not really going to battle too much for it. He does, however, though, because he's been overtaken by a lot of these front runners, Dutchy, he's got the man who's on the same strategy as him at the moment, Aston, right behind him in 4th place. But here comes the other guys as well, who are all on fresher tyres, so it's going to get a little bit interesting.
Yeah, sometimes Aston surprises me.
I mean, he didn't have the best of... His first 2 races weren't the best, but he had a really good race out in Zandvoort, and he seems to have a fairly decent race here at the moment. Obviously, he hasn't made a pit stop, and the grid is pretty close, but I'm sure he'll be able to get the comeback when he goes on to Eva. Oh, Chris X starts his pit. Has he got damage? Wait, he'll be the first pit box in? No, he'll be the last pit box in, sorry. Why did I say the first one? So Z-Tech Oreos takes the lead. Is that a wing change?
I will have.
Oh, it is, Dutchy. It's a wing change. He's lost his front right end plate.
How did he manage that?
I don't know. Was there a collision in trying to go through the traffic?
Could be.
Possibly maybe went into the back of one of the slower runners, just expecting him to maybe brake a little bit later, or just wasn't expecting him to go slowly round the corner, maybe? It's a feasible thing. That is a big upset though, because Chris X Stars now all the way at the back, out of the points. He's going to be able to take those mediums to the end. As Aston and Toussaint out a little bit of a battle here. They're going to go wheel to wheel through the chicane section. Here's Mares got on the curb behind. And here comes Atim and Wiggly Star and Piero. Look at the battle we've got on our hands here, don't she? Because here comes Atim. Aston and Toussaint going to go wheel to wheel here. There's Piero on the inside of Wiggly Star, and he gets the move
Jojo's
done.
off.
As Jojo off at the back, here comes Toussaint back down the inside of Aston, and suddenly this race has sprung into life because there's a big battle going on here for what is second place, and it's allowing C-Tech Orioles to get away. And what a big mix-up this is in a championship, Dutchie. Chris X Stars outside the point, C-Tech Orioles leading. Was Atom's dropped back a little bit there? Did he have some contact, or oh no, just a couple of people coming into the pits. Toussaint and Aston into the pits on 16 lap old hard tyres. Surely that has to be fresh mediums.
Well, it could also be softs because it's...
No, it's mediums. It's mediums.
Yeah.
Yeah,
just
definitely.
To be safe.
Definitely, I don't think you can go 9 laps on the mediums. We saw Beza before. He only went 8.5 on his mediums.
Yeah, but it depends on your setup.
It does.
How much it eats your tires, and also how aggressive you are.
Yeah, it goes Dan Schneider and Jutsi Kevin having a little bit of a battle here at the back. Now he's trying to get involved as well. Now he's trying to sneak his way up into the points. But that's put those fresh medium runners, as Jojo Powers retired in the pit lane, so he
was struggling and drifting all the way.
I think he was. But don't count out these two who have just pit. Fresh medium tyres compared to everyone else who, like Jutski, Dan Schneider, Jax, all on 10-lap-old hards. A lot of the guys in front as well are older hard tyres, so expect these guys to come flying through the grid on those fresh mediums.
Also keep your eye out on Mares.
Oh, here goes Jax. Sorry, he's having a little bit of a battle here with Rick Holt. Is he's going to try and hold it on the outside? And he was trying to look for the move there. Who are you saying there? Sorry, keep an eye on who?
Keep an eye out on position 2 to 7. They are battling hard as well.
Yeah, it's, speaking of battling hard, here goes Rick Holt and Pearson Jax here trying to battle away as Jax trying to go down the inside, get back down the inside of Rick Holt, but Rick Holt holding the position here at the moment as in 6th place. So Jax right up behind him. So Jax trying to get back into this race as he had that spin from earlier. Just got a little bit frustrated by the slower cars on the alternative strategy and just lost the rear of the car. I think there was also a bit of dirty air as well in there, Dutchie. It is quite bad around this track, the dirty air.
Yeah, I know, because you have the fast, long corners.
Yeah, definitely. And he lost it on one of those fast, long corners. But how many cars are battling for second place? That is 1, 2, 3,
5
4,
cars.
5, 6. Well, yeah. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cars, actually, including Jax. 2nd to 7th, 6 cars.
Mares is just pulling away from Tim, so
yeah.
I think the battle will continue for the last podium position.
I think it could be. Atim leading that pack though. Mares has opened up a 1.1 second gap. Let's see where Toussaint and Aston are. So trying to find their way through these few pack of cars. As Toussaint has got Pope up next. Aston is behind Chris X Stars. That's going to be a bit of a challenge for him. But I'm sure these three will try and fight their way through the pack. As... yeah, it's a lot of cars battling for the second place position at the moment. I'm just trying to see if anybody is going to be looking for some moves. Piero getting quite close behind Atim, but able to make the move. Atim's actually clawed that gap back, Dutchie. Back under a second it is between him and Mares.
Yeah, but he's on much older tyres. Well, 4-lap older tyres, 5.
We need to remember as well. I mean, who was it that started on the... Who started on the soft tyres? It was, Atim Piero, Wiggly Style, Rick Holt, Z-Tech Oreos, Jutsi Kev Dan Schneider. I think all the guys who their mediums, their hards are over 10 laps old, I think are all on that softer hard, I believe.
Jutsi Kev jumped into the pits lap 6 with his softs, then Jax, Chris Stars, then Schneider on lap 7. Sitek Orioles, Wiggly Style, Rick Holt, Tim in lap 8. And then you have Piero and Baz in lap 9.
I mean, that could become a big benefactor in this race. Oh, Toussaint did get past Pope, and now here comes Chris X Stars, and he actually gets past Pope as well, and he's right up behind Toussaint. These guys will be trying to gain on the cars in front, who are actually having a battle here. So here comes Geek Fusion, and Jutsukev, Geek Fusion to the inside of the Williams, and gets the move done. Jutsukev trying to fight his way back, but Dutchy, it's been extremely clean so far, I have to say.
Yeah.
Apart from that, about one incident, I think, between Mares and Jojo Power. I mean, in real F1, you see like 1 or 2 incidents, and I believe that's what we're kind of seeing here. It's been, I don't want to jinx anything, but it's been very clean so far. Let's have a look at the penalties. So Rick Holt and Jax on 6 seconds. Antim and Pierre on 3 seconds. So Wiggly Style actually in the position here, Dutchy, to get himself onto the podium. But if you look now, Zitek Orios had 3 seconds to his name, and Mares has got a 2-second gap to him. Zitek Orios needs to open a 6-second gap if he wants to win this race. Otherwise, it could go to Mares here. I mean, if Mares is...
Don't forget, you have a couple of laps to go, and maybe Mares is already on 2 warnings.
Maybe he does. We'll have to see what happens. It is definitely one of the easier tracks to pick up penalties on, as we have seen a couple of coming in now already. Yeah, Gavra, he can, but he's got to make sure he doesn't pick up any more penalties than he already has, as Jack's still fighting here with Wiggly Style.
Yeah, so, I think even Wiggly Style can get podium.
I mean, that's what I'm saying, yeah, the 3 ahead of him are all on penalties, and Wiggly Style is still sort of sticking with them. There's Aston and Pope having a battle down at the back, Aston getting his way up. But I'm a little bit surprised here by Natty, because Natty could be in for a little points finish here at the end, Dutchy. So he's in 11th place, and he's got no penalties. Dan Schneider has 12 seconds ahead of him. So, you know, he might just be able to slot his way into the position. I mean, Toussaint might be even able to slot his way into the points, the lower end points positions, because the ginormous penalties Jetsy, Norma Shadow, and Dan Schneider have. So it could be anybody's game down at the back for the lower end of those points. It could be anybody's game up the front here for the win at this point. It could be anyone here. I think Jax possibly might be close enough to look for a move on Wiggly Star, but unfortunately Wiggly Star has the DRS and the car ahead, so it's just causing a little bit of a train to happen. As 22 laps to go, Dutchy. 22 laps to go, 22 laps gone. 5 laps to go in this race.
I think if...
Oh, here comes Jutsukev to the inside. Geek Fusion gave him enough room there on the inside. Oh, and then Jutsukev losing the rear again on the exit of that corner, because here comes Dan Schneider around the outside. He's going to get the move done on Jutsukev, and does indeed get it done into 9th position. Saying this is good for Natty, because look where he is now in the positions. He's right up behind these pack of cars now.
I think if Tim saves more Earths while in the red range, then he could maybe get on the last lap Mares.
Possibly.
He's still close.
He needs to see if he could possibly just force Mares into a bit of a... maybe a little bit of a mistake. Maybe see if he just pick him up a penalty or something. You know, it's what Tim needs right now, is something like that. But keep an eye on the tyre wear though, Dutchy, because some of these guys have done 15 laps on the hards, and they get very, very treacherous towards the end of the stint. Just make sure no one's going to be picking up any unnecessary punctures anywhere, because we wouldn't want that, would we? Seems like the guys on the hards have done pretty well so far. The softer hard might be working for them. It's Toussaint and Chris X Stars picking themselves up 3-second time penalties. That's not going to help Toussaint in his battle for the lower end of the points. Still a big point. Still a big gap between those guys. As Toussaint trying to defend from Chris X Stars. Chris X Stars going to go around the outside, and he gets the move done up into 14th position. And And Dan Schneider is quite close behind Geek Fusion. We've got some close gaps up front as well, but Dutchy, no one making any moves at the moment. This could be like a couple of laps. A couple of final laps in this race could get quite hectic with people just trying to push as hard as they can. And Geek Fusion lost the rear. Dan Schneider almost went into the back of him, but good reactions not to go into the back of him and lose his wing. And that was very close again, going into the back of Geek Fusion. Geek Fusion needs to be careful. He can't be braking mid-corner like that. Almost took Dan Schneider off guard. But here goes Dan Schneider now. He's going to pull to the outside. Geek Fusion going to go defensive, but Dan Schneider just too much speed on that straight. Gets the move done into 8th position. This could be good for Natty now, as he's just behind this battle of these cars. As Dan Schneider unfortunately won't be able to hold that position because he's got a lot of time penalties to his name. But looks like the guys down the back just aren't being able to catch up on those mediums at the moment. Looks like Jax possibly for a move on Rick Holt here. That was very, very close. I didn't see Jax has actually got past Wiggly Style. I didn't see that there, but these two pulling away from Wiggly Style. Wiggly Style, remember, hasn't got any penalties though. So
Mares caught up C-Tech.
Oh, here goes Geek Fusion, Dan Schneider. Chutzy kept trying to get involved as well. Natty just going to wait for the opportunity here. And as he said, yeah, Maris has caught up Z-Tech Oreos. And so is Atim. Z-Tech Oreos needs to be careful here. I see could throw this win away with that 3 seconds to his name. Just having a look at this battle here between Geek Fusion, Jutsi Kev, Natty and Dan Schneider. Natty's got ahead of Dan Schneider here, up into 10th position. And see if he can get ahead of Jutsi Kev now. These three battling for the lower end of the points, Dutchy. As they getting very, very close to each other.
I'm looking at the position changes, but Mares just has 15 positions up. So he's definitely the driver of the day then.
Oh yeah, I mean, outstanding performance from him then. He's definitely done well. I mean, what did he do? He went a medium to hard, so he's on a lot fresher tyres than the rest of the cars around him. Like almost 4 lap or younger hard tyres, which is really helping him because he's actually within DRS range. Z-Tech is trying to break out of the slipstream, but look how close Mares is getting. And this is going to be a tremendous battle for the win of this race here, as these guys so close to each other. Mares at the moment in the best position with no penalties. As people say Wiggly Star can't get a podium. Yeah, definitely out of the position now. So Jutsi Kev getting past Geek Fusion up into 8th position. Nanny could capitalise here. Definitely is going to get the 8th position points. And Jack's going to go down the inside of Rick Holt. This is the little 3-way battle we've got behind this front 4 battle for what is technically the lead of the race.
We finally got past after how many laps? 4, 5?
Yeah, he has. He's been quite close behind Rick Holt for ages. Yeah, it has. Them two battling definitely. Lost some 4-second gap. It is now. So it's between 4 different drivers for the lead, Dutchy. Z-Tech Oreos, Atim, and Piero. Rick Holt getting past Jax. He's going to go back down the inside and does indeed get the move done up into 6th and 5th position. These two battling away. Wiggly Star here is just going to be like, well, I'll just sit behind, guys. You've both got 6 seconds of penalties. I mean, you guys battle away. It's,
lovely to see this.
It is. It's good. Really nice racing between everyone. As Chris X Star's going to go round the outside, that was, of Jetsy. I keep thinking that's punctures, but it's just the weird way the tyres are warping.
Damage.
Damage for who?
Mares, right end.
That could be crucial. And Nick Jax has got back past Rick Holt again, don't she? Back up into 5th place. Jax up into 5th position. We're gonna go to lap. It's gonna be this is second to last lap. Maris is still close up behind Z-Tech Oreos. He's on a lot fresher, harder tyres, but he's losing so much time because Atim's right behind him. Atim needs to be careful as well. He doesn't be picking up any damage off of the slow car with the wing damage. Needs to be careful as these three getting so close to each other. Atim's gonna try it. That's a very late lunge. Tim, that lunge was not on at all.
He's losing to
Really,
Piero.
really didn't need to go for that lunge there.
Oh.
Just had to be patient. As I said, Zetec Oreo still leading on the final lap of this race.
Tim can use his on the second and third sector.
These guys have been strongly battling away. I really don't know whether their tyres are going to hold out or not. I really don't know. I mean, 18 laps on them, they should be fine. I mean, anything can happen here. It's Atim back behind Piero. These two gaining on Mares. Mares picking up that wing damage has cost him because he's now behind Zetec Oreos. But Mares could still technically win this race as Tim goes down the inside of Piero and does get the move done back. Oh, and he's lost the rear. He's lost the rear.
I'm speechless.
Oh, and he's lost the... Oh, Tim! He's out of the pure sort of... The adrenaline and the excitement, the anger and the frustration, he's just slammed the throttle down on the exit. And he's lost the rear of the car. Pierre on the outside of Mares, but see, and he's got the move done, but it could be all in vain, Dutchy, because I think Mares might still win it. Zetec Oreos is going to come round the final corner, and he's going to take the win in this race. But unless anything drastically happens with Mares, yeah, Pierre's going to come across in second, and Mares takes the win on penalties. Mares is another race leader. I said another race leader, another race winner here in the Super League. Now I think he's the third different race winner here in the Super League. See, Terrigorius takes second. That's huge for him. Look at that,
7, 8, 9, 10. Look at it.
I know it's.
And a train.
Zetec Oreos, that's brilliant for him in the championship. Because Chris X Stars, I believe, fell outside the points. I have to check the rest of the positions in a minute. But how unfortunate for Tim there. He did the move well, Dutchy, but he just too much on the throttle on the exit.
Yeah, that's easy done in this game.
Apparently, Jutsi had 89% tyre wear on his front left. How was that not punctured? Well done, though, to Mares. Zetec Oreos, who did win the race, but lost it on penalties. And Piero getting the slot on the podium in his home race, Dutchy, so I'm sure he'll be happy with that one.
Yeah, absolute great drive. It was lovely to watch. The excitement, the mistakes. That's all what's...
let's have a look. So,
for the racing.
Yeah, Piero finished in third. Weekly Style got fourth in the end. Rick Holt fifth. Tim in sixth. Jax dropped to seventh. Natty got eighth. And Ashton got ninth. That's a really good result for the Haas team in the end. Critic Stars picked up a point. Got 10th. Geek Fusion in 11th. Jutsikev 12th. Pope in 13th. Toussaint down in 14th. Dan Shadow 15th. Jetsy in 16th. Norman Shadow 17th. And Beza that was 6th. And Jojo Power all in the end did... technically basically retire from the race, but I have to say it was very close between everyone in the end, and in the end it came down to penalties and Mares taking the win. Definitely not his first win in the Super League, but that's a huge mix-up in the championship, Dutchy, because Zetec Oreos getting second, dropping points. Critic Stars getting 10th, only picking up 1 point, and oh no, wait! Oh no, Rick Holt actually come a position less, remember, because he had a 1-place grid reduction. I can't remember who was Tim behind him.
That's still a great racing.
It was. Was Tim behind him? So I think Tim might have 6th then, if that's the case.
But to be fair, I hope all the drivers in all the leagues are looking at this race, and I hope they learn from it, that it can be clean. So.
Well, I hope so, because they need to definitely see. This is the exemplar right here. This race here is an example of what a clean race should be. Okay, if anybody watching from the freshmen, please watch. Anybody, I mean, the Academy League Premier has still been pretty clean, but there's been incidents. Have a look at this race, because this is the example of what it should be: leaving people space and just producing great racing. Pope, I can understand. Pope, remember, if you want to make a claim, remember, it's go to the F1 chat Discord, !claim, and then the stewards will take a look at it. But it was mostly a clean race. A couple of, obviously, just one or two smaller incidents in there, but it happens in F1. Robert Codfather Dutchy says, I'm watching and studying, so that's good to hear. But yeah, that's going to do it for the Super League for this week. Remember, the Super League will be back next week when everybody else is on a break week to join us in Baku, which is going to be it's going to be an interesting one, that one, eh, Dutchy?
Yeah, we will see next week then.
It'll be a test of driver consistency, that one, as well as how many drivers could not crash into the castle section. So we'll have to see who's going to come out on top on that one. But make sure you tune in next Thursday for Baku. And then remember, no GT Sport tomorrow. The Rocket League will be on Saturday. And then the Weekend League on Sunday. We'll be back once again for the pre-season race. Remember, it's break week for the 3 leagues apart from the Super League. And then GT Sport is back again next week for Group 3 around Lago Maggiore. And I'm excited for that one, Dutchy, and I bet you are as well.
Of course I do, because I have to keep you away from winning.
Well, I know, and I've got pressure on my back, so everyone keeps on going, well, you've got a 100% record around that race of winnings, so let's see what happens. Make sure you tune in for that one. But yeah, thank you to Dutchy for joining me on this one, and we will see you all next week in Baku.